I was just checking out some filters. There's a lot of you people that think I'm crazy because I laugh in these videos, and I don't think I'm that crazy. I mean, I'm only half crazy. The rest is just pure insanity. I mean, if I were, crazy and had, like many tons of liquid mercury in the house, then that might be that might be different. It's not like there are countless endless vials of liquid mercury that I have and have been experimenting with for many years, or that you should necessarily never hold liquid mercury in your hand, because that would not be a good thing. And I don't know what it is that you people have, or the world has, against the wonders of liquid metal, and why it could have any association at all with insanity. Liquid mercury is very fascinating too. When you actually touch liquid mercury, you think that, well, you'd go into it like syrup or something, but it actually has a really strong surface tension, and it's hard to compare. I mean, if you've actually ever held like a really slick lizard, like, I don't know, most people have never caught like geckos or lizards in their life, and they have a really slick, it's like you're petting a it's like you're petting a super slick skin. Actually, I call their skinks. Actually, yeah, that's the closest analogy I can think of. Most people don't even know what a skink is, but a skink is like a lizard that has iridescent skin on it. If you ever picked one up, it actually feels exactly the same way. Usually you can find them like in dead wood piles, and they're very, very multicolored, and they're gorgeous little animals. But yeah, your people are going, this video is weird. Now I know why he's crazy. He's got liquid mercury in his hands. As is the truth, I don't know if you know where the old phrase crazy as a Mad Hatter comes from, but it comes from this. Back in the old days, they'd actually use mercury to soften up the felt for the felt liners of hats. And so the hat creators held liquid mercury so much, but really it was from atomized mercury, not from actual touching, because skin permeability on the liquid mercury is actually rather low, and it takes an enormous amount of exposure to have an issue with merely touching mercury. But it would be from the atomized particularization of working with mercury that it would become atomized, and they would breathe it in, and mercury works its way to the brain, and it causes increasing levels of insanity. So that's where the term Mad Hatter comes from. But yeah, it's liquid mercury. By the way, do not try this at home. Even though skin has extremely low permeability to liquid mercury, what I did ahead of time was actually I coated my hand with baby oil, and I wiped most of it off where you can't see it, but it's still there. So I actually also decreased the skin porosity and permeability of the mercury. So, but I've actually, interesting enough, related to photography, I've actually used this as a reflective surface for actually I'll capture an object that's over here as it's reflected in the bead of mercury. So you can really create some fascinating macro photography using liquid mercury. Like, I'll have an interesting object way over here, and it'll be illuminated, and it'll be perfect, so you can see that you can't see it from your angle, but you can actually take really fascinating sky shots and zoom in on the mercury. And people are like, oh my god, how did you get that picture? It's like, oh, well, I used toxic mercury to get that beautiful macro reflective, because water and nothing else will reflect like mercury. I mean, you're talking about basically a liquid mirror. So this is photography related. But I also give you a neat bit of information on where the term, the phrase Mad Hatter comes from. So thanks for watching, and do not play with mercury. Do not do what I just did. Yeah, see, I'm not crazy at all. I mean, I'm only half crazy, and the rest is just strictly insane. So, there you go. It used to be super easy to get mercury, and now you actually have to have. You can still get it. I mean, it's everywhere, but buying it is hard. Do not recommend messing around with it unless you know exactly what you're doing, because you spill it, and it's not the actual liquid form that's permeable, which it is to a certain degree, but it's the vaporized form. Like if you were to spill it in your carpet and you ran the vacuum cleaner, you'd immediately atomize it, and then it'd be in the air, and then you'd be breathing it in, and then people would wonder why you've gone insane after a few years, kind of like myself. So. This was a serious video, actually. It was a comic interlude. That's what I'm going to call this video, a comic interlude. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.